Hey everyone, with so much happening in the stock market, I thought I would summarize the top news stories. In this video, I'll show you the highlights of today's news, starting with the buy now, pay later phenomenon. But before we talk about that, I'd really appreciate it if you could smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. For the low price of $0, you can help this video get pushed out to other people looking to start investing by turning the like button blue. So thank you for doing that. And with that said, let's get into the video. Now, the first news story is with Apple and Affirm. As you may have heard, Apple and Affirm agreed to join on the buy now, pay later model for Canadian purchases. Now, if we go to the actual article here, we see that Bloomberg reported it here, and Apple and Affirm's PayBright are planning to launch a buy now, pay later program for Apple device purchases in Canada, stepping up the iPhone maker's ambitions to offer more financial services. They plan to debut the initiative this month at Apple's online and physical retail stores in Canada. And the service will let iPhone, Mac, and iPad buyers in Canada pay for purchases over 12 or 24 months instead of in full at the time of the transaction, and will offer interest-free program for a limited time. And it'll become Apple's first installment in Canada in several years. Initially, they had the buy now, pay later system when they were working with Goldman Sachs for their Apple Card. So I'll be curious to see how this new relationship with Affirm plays out, as one would think initially that they would work with Goldman Sachs to build out this buy now, pay later model. Now it seems like it's a bit more difficult than initially seems. And yeah, Apple has also offered monthly iPhone payment plans in some other countries. And the company also told staff it would roll out on August 11th, which will be next week. And shares of Affirm jumped up 3.3%. If we actually go to the chart here, we see that actually for the day, it jumped up over 10%, or as high as over 10%. Did start off on the downtrend here and ended up closing up very nicely here. And with Apple as well, we see about a 1.7% increase here during the day. Did dip a little bit, but overall, a solid 1.26% gain for Apple today. Now, Canada is one of the largest retail markets for Apple. Didn't disclose how much revenue resonates, but about 50% of smartphone sales in Canada for Apple were iPhones. And the monthly payments plan will also support down payments via trade-in of existing devices, which will be huge since their trade-in market is very big, especially with their continuous upgrade cycle for not just iPhones, but iPads and Macs as well. So PayBright, which is part of Affirm, is Canada-based buy now, pay later service acquired by Affirm. So for Apple, this is their first foray into expanding into buy now, pay later. They are working on a service called Apple Pay Later, which will be essentially the same thing. Two versions of the service, 0% interest for 4 payments, very similar to Affirm and Klarna, things of that nature, and a plan with interest that runs over several months. So very curious to see how Apple and Affirm's relationship here plays out. Could it potentially expand outside of Canada? Now, speaking of that, it was recently reported Square was actually buying Afterpay, the giant buy now, pay later platform, in a $29 billion deal. So TechCrunch here reported it. In a blockbuster deal that rocks the fintech world, Square announced today that it is acquiring Australian buy now, pay later giant Afterpay in a $29 billion all-stock deal. Values Afterpay at more than 30% premium. So very pretty hefty premium there. Although I'm sure for them it might be a drop in the bucket. They might be seeing more of a long-term vision for buy now, pay later. Built our service to make the system more fair, accessible, and inclusive. And the combination would create a payments giant like unlike any other. Well, the past 18 months, buy now, pay later essentially exploded, appealing to younger generations to the idea of not using credit cards or paying interest instead of opting for installment loans. Afterpay served more than 60 million customers, nearly 100,000 merchants globally across all industries. Accelerate strategic opportunities for its seller and Cash App ecosystems. Very interested to see how it integrates into not seller, but also the Cash App as well. The smallest of merchants can offer buy now, pay later at checkout. And yeah, shares of Afterpay and Square stock also increased as well. If I actually take a look here, at Square stock, we see $269.49, down 1% today. And if we go to Afterpay, you see that it is down point, or rather, it did was down for the day, but when the news was announced, it was up for 35%. So very good news for both Square and Afterpay. Now, just for some context, some buy now pay later companies, in addition to Affirm and Square, are more established companies like Visa, PayPal, Klarna is another uh, big startup with buy now pay later model. Sezzle, OpenPay, Split etc. So definitely becoming a bigger market, more companies, and more competition. So definitely curious to see how this all plays out. Now, second story is about Robinhood. Now with the recent IPO, did drop uh, quite substantially, but now it's rocketed upwards of 24%. So if we go back to here, we do see that it did open up around $37, $38. And yeah, currently sitting at $46, which I believe is, oh, yeah, it's been sitting down below, I believe the $38 IPO price. Now, why did it rocket over 24%? Well, uh, it's due to Kathy Wood and ARK Invest. The ARK Innovation ETF, ARK K, now owns, well, they bought and now own 4.9 million shares of Robinhood. According to their report, Robinhood shares barely make 0.8% of the total value of its holdings. ARK's interest sparked a renewal of other investors' interest in the still unprofitable stockbroker. And yeah, finally trading above its $38 IPO price. So curious to see how that shakes out. Now, third story here covers the Fed. Now, the Fed could start tapering soon bond purchases, and they don't expect it to cause havoc for the stock market this time around, uh, essentially because we've already priced that in. That was already expected from investors. So, as it says here, they're already expecting the Fed to taper. Central bank has telegraphed the change in monetary policy on several occasions. So, we've known this for, at this point, months. So, no real surprise. And yeah, bond dealers expect monthly bond purchases to fall from 120 billion currently to zero by the start of 2023. So we have the rest of this year and all of 2022 to kind of gear up for this eventual tapering down to zero. So stocks are already valued in a way that makes higher bond yields seem plausible. The S&P's equity risk premium is currently at about 6 percentage points. So that number represents the extra return relative to safe bonds that investors demand for being in equities. The figure is higher than the sub 6 levels often seen in 2010, implying that even if bond yields move higher, narrowing the equity risk premium, stocks would still offer relatively strong returns in historical terms. Now, others agree that markets are pricing and tapering by the Fed. An orderly and transparent removal, easy monetary policy should not be disruptive, particularly if it's undertaken in reaction to invest improvements in the underlying economy. So yeah, uh, interesting stuff there. And yeah, if you made it this far and you're liking the content, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to get notified when my videos get uploaded. It's completely free to do so, and you can always change your mind later. So thank you for doing that. With that said, let's get back into the video. Now, the fourth story of the day is about Tesla. Um, so their stock barely budged today, but we can look to history to say what happens next. And uh, news coming out of Tesla India, how their plans there were dealt a blow as the minister rules out import duties cut. Oh, and just quickly, the 10-year treasury fell to 1.182, which we haven't seen around February, which is when they started increasing a lot. And that's when we saw that market correction back in February. So one thing to note there. Now, moving on to Tesla, the stock continued its recent winning streak. Shares inched up just 7 cents. Very rare Tesla stock does nothing. Better than expected earnings appear to have catalyzed the jump. Shares dipped the day after reporting second quarter numbers, but quickly recovered and have been higher since the July 28 report. Wednesday could be more gains for Tesla shareholders. Predicting one stock performance on a prior day, frankly, isn't great analysis. Tuesday was a slow news day for the most valuable car company. Bottom line, we still really like this stock. Points out Tesla is number one EV brand in the US, number two in China, and number two in Europe. So with a buy rating and $1,200 price target. Now moving on to the news from India. Tesla seeking to make inroads into China, where EVs account for less than 1% of annual car sales. India has no plans to cut import duties on EVs weeks after Tesla appealed to the government to slash taxes. So just making it more difficult for Tesla and any EV maker to get into that market. No proposal is under consideration in Ministry of Heavy Industries. Reply to lawmakers may be received as part of a tug of war between the Prime Minister's administration, which wants to boost local manufacturing, Tesla, which is urging India to allow it to import cars more cheaply before it commits to setting up a factory in the country. Want the request to cut the import duty, so the specific numbers on electric cars, to 40% from the current range of 60 to 100%. Tesla factory to produce cars in India is quote unquote quite likely if the electric car maker can first begin sales with imported vehicles. So that'll be an interesting test to see if it'll end up being worth building an entire factory just in India. And yep, they're seeking to make inroads in Asia's third largest economy, where EVs account for less than 1% of annual car sales, compared to about 5% in China. So definitely some disparity there in terms of the EV markets. Fortunately, the technology presently available leads to electric cars being produced at costs much higher than conventional cars. That's a big thing, right? Just cutting costs down to compete with that of internal combustion engine cars. Market penetration of EVs will be very small, given that only 5% of cars sold in India are priced above 1.5 million rupees, or about $20,000. So yeah, curious to see if Tesla and other EVs makers are able to make inroads into India. We'll keep an eye on that. Next story we got is about crypto and the SEC. So specifically, the SEC chair, Gary Gensler, is calling for more power to regulate cryptocurrency and the crypto markets. And oh, just really quick, yeah, Tesla essentially flat for the day. Like they mentioned, up 7 cents. So back over 700, which is nice to see. As of late, it's been um, trading ever so slightly lower. Finally hit a bottom, it seems, and now it's back up to 700. Now, The Verge here reported that, yeah, SEC, Gensler called on Congress to give the SEC more authority for regulating crypto trading, lending, and platforms. So, looking at everything from stable coins, with the debacle with Tether, um, and regulating USDC and all these other stable coins, crypto trading. So, not just Coinbase because that's a public company, but BlockFi, Gemini, things like that. Crypto lending, crypto platforms, DeFi, um, cus- uh, custodial services, everything. So right now we just don't have enough investor protection. It's more like the Wild West. Um, so crypto has flourished as financial regulators have struggled to develop and apply the technology. No single regulator in charge of overseeing crypto in the financial market, and yet they've hit record cap of $2 trillion last year or this year. Gensler's remarks on Tuesday were some of the clearest he's made regarding staying on crypto. Want to clamp down on the market. I responded to Congress to give additional authority. If you don't address these issues, I worry a lot of people will be hurt. So it's actually trying to make sure there's no, um, limit and prevent any fraud to protect individual investors. So I'm curious to see how uh, much more regulation SEC will get regarding crypto. Now, on this news, um, crypto markets are looking pretty good so far. So Bitcoin's pretty flat here. Ethereum 1.69%. BNB up 1.37%. Cardano is up 6.3%. So nice little push by Cardano. And yeah, everything else. Oh, Chainlink's up 5.8%. That's about it for the larger coins here. Terra is up 20%. Now, if we go to the biggest winners and losers here, quickly, the biggest winners: Terra, KuCoin, Quant, Cello, Raven Coin, Xerex, Cardano's up here too as well. And biggest losers: Stacks, Zellcoin, Anchor, Nexo. AMP is up down 5.4%. So good stuff there. But yeah, overall, the Bitcoin, Ethereum still holding strong here. Bitcoin falling below 40,000 again to 38,000, and Ethereum still holding pretty strong above 2,400 ish. Now at 2,500. So good stuff there. And yeah, if you like more of this content, be sure to hit the like button. And by turning the like button blue, you're allowing this video to be recommended to others interested in learning about finance, investing, stocks, crypto, everything. So thank you for doing that. With that said, let's get back into the video. And finally, we got a story on NFTs. Oh, now Benzinga actually reported this. So Voxies NFTs giving away a Tesla Model 3 with a mint sellout, or with the mint sellout. Now this is interesting, kind of caught my eyes, the Tesla Model 3 aspect of it. But essentially, this project is using a clever marketing tactic to entice the new investors. So it's just a 3D, what they call voxel buddies on the Ethereum blockchain. They offer incentives here. Now, each purchase in the last 149 series will receive a raffle ticket following prizes. You get a limited edition Voxy. You get Tesla Model 3. So the team behind Voxies will give away Tesla Model 3 to one person drawn from last 499 purchases. Importantly, the winner can also receive the winnings in the equivalent Ethereum value. So interestingly, that's about, depending on the specific type, right? 30 to 40,000 in dollars in equivalent Ethereum value, which is quite a bit of Ethereum. And third through 10th place will determine prices with over $125,000. Now, if we go to the actual website here, Voxies, yeah, so these are um, made of voxels, right? Um, on the Ethereum blockchain. So they have this Minecraft-ish blocky uh, aspect to them. So yeah, only 10,000 and no two are identical type of NFT on the Ethereum blockchain. You can own one, and they're reselling trading on OpenSea. So 81 available at current price of 1 ETH per Voxy. Around 100% of all Voxies have been adopted. So yeah, you can take a look at this some more, and just thought I'd show this. It's a interesting, another, with the NFT craze kind of dying down ever since January, February this year. Um, to just see how every now and then these NFT projects seem to pop up again. And obviously, yeah, like they even mentioned in the article, the gimmicks of Tesla Model 3 and such. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see how this plays out. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Uh, before you head out, be sure to use my Webull link down below, and you can get 2 free stocks when you deposit $100. Just use my Webull link down below in the description, sign up, uh, and get an account, and deposit $100, and you'll get 2 free stocks. And in addition to stocks, if you want to earn interest on your Bitcoin and other crypto, make sure to use my BlockFi link down below in the description. Sign up using my link down below, open an account, and deposit it. Depending on how much your initial deposit is, you can get up to $250 in free crypto. And yeah, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get notified when my videos get uploaded. Also, be sure to comment down below what else you want to see and learn from this channel, and what stocks you're looking at currently. And share this video with anyone interested in learning about personal finance, investing, entrepreneurship, stocks, crypto, etc. And follow me on my socials to get even more investing and personal finance content on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Medium. And yeah, with that said, thanks for watching. Take care.